What if the fruit you eat every day, like a banana, could be putting you at high danger of having a stroke without you even knowing it? This isn't just a possibility. A lot of older people don't understand it until it's almost too late. People say that bananas are a healthy snack since they are full of potassium, fiber, vitamins, and natural sugars that give you energy. But what if this common fruit that millions of people trust and adore could actually make you more likely to have a stroke in some situations? Would you still consume them the same way, now that you know what you know? This isn't about being scared or panicking. It's about taking charge of your health by learning about the risks you don't know about and how to safely enjoy your favorite meals. Today, we're going to look closely at the startling link between bananas, potassium, and stroke risk, and why eating the appropriate amount of potassium could be the key to saving your heart and your life. If you're ready to take charge of your heart health, go ahead and hit that like button. It lets us know you want more easy, trustworthy tips just like this. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a video that could help you live healthier, stronger, and happier every day. Let's keep this journey going together. Someone in the world has a stroke every 40 seconds. But what truly happens to your body when you have a stroke? And why is every second so important? Think of the blood arteries in your brain as a bunch of small garden hoses. These tubes deliver oxygen-rich blood, which keeps your brain healthy and working. Now, picture one of those hoses getting stuck by a tight knot all of a sudden. The water stops flowing, and the areas of your brain that need it start to die. When a blood clot forms in a blood vessel in your body, it acts like that knot. It stops blood flow, which means that some portions of your brain don't get enough oxygen and nutrients. If you don't get blood to your brain, those cells will die. This can make one side of your body weak, make it hard to talk, make it hard to move, or even paralyze you. It's scary. And here's the scary truth. Every second without oxygen means more brain cells die, and more damage that lasts. As we become older, our blood vessels are stiffer and more fragile, just like old garden hoses that break and lose their bounce. It's hard to be busy, and the second that you decide to get sick or injured, people say, "We've always done that." This makes it more prone for clots and obstructions to happen. On top of that, a lot of seniors have health problems that make strokes more likely, such as high blood pressure and diabetes. Here's the good news. What you eat, especially how your body manages important minerals like potassium, can really help save you from having a stroke. You may take back control by understanding this link. So let's get started and learn how regulating potassium can assist keep your heart and brain safe for a long time. Why do blood clots and potassium matter? Blood clots may seem alarming, and they are, but do you really know what makes them happen? Believe it or not, what you eat every day is more important than most people think. There are a lot of things that can make blood clots. Sometimes it's due of injuries, like when you receive a cut or bruise and your body tries to stop the bleeding. Sometimes infections or illnesses might cause clots. Your genes also play a role. Some people are more likely to clot than others. Medications, notably blood thinners and hormone therapy, can also change how blood clots. Many individuals are surprised to learn that even the foods you eat might affect how likely clots are to form in your body. Potassium is one of the most important things here. Potassium is a mineral that your muscles need to perform well, and that includes the most important muscle, the heart. There needs to be a very precise balance between potassium and salt for your heart to work. This balance keeps its rhythm constant and regular. If you don't get enough or too much potassium, this rhythm might get messed up. When your blood potassium levels are excessively high, a disease known as hypokalemia, it can badly mess up the rhythm of your heart. Nausea, chest pain, and suffering from hyperkalemia are just a few of the common symptoms of hyperkalemia that can badly mess up the rhythm of your heart. This irregular pulse, which means your heart doesn't beat as smoothly as it should, could make it more likely that hazardous blood clots will form. And these clots can block blood vessels, which can cause a stroke. Potassium is important for healthy health, but too much of it can make your heart work less well and make blood clots more likely, which can raise your risk of stroke. That's why it's so crucial to know how to keep your potassium levels at a healthy range for your heart without putting you at risk. Getting this balance correct may keep your brain and heart healthy, and that's what will help you do. We'll talk about how potassium works in your body, what foods have it, and easy ways to keep your levels safe and healthy in the following segment. Bananas, a great source of potassium. There is a solid reason why bananas are known as a potassium powerhouse. A medium-sized banana usually has between 400 and 450 milligrams of potassium. This is a lot, since most individuals should get 2,500 to 3,000 milligrams of potassium every day. Potassium is a mineral that is very important. It helps keep muscles operating right, controls blood pressure, and maintains nerve messages. People like bananas because they provide them an immediate energy boost and are good for them. Exercise and rest secrets. Stars Amy Schumer loves bananas and fitness and is on set. Eating a banana is a simple and tasty approach for many people to keep their potassium levels in check and help their heart and muscles stay healthy. Potassium can help lower blood pressure and lessen stress on your heart by relaxing the walls of blood vessels. It also works with sodium to keep the body's fluids in balance, which helps your muscles and nerves perform properly. Potassium is good for most individuals, but seniors and people with particular health problems should be careful. If you take blood pressure meds, blood thinners, or have kidney difficulties, your body may not be able to handle potassium as well as it used to. Your kidneys are like delicate water filters that clear up extra potassium and other waste from your blood and send it out through urine. When these filters are working right, they restrict your blood from getting too much potassium. However, these filters may slow down or become less effective if the kidneys stop working properly, which is frequent as people get older or have certain diseases. This implies that potassium can build up in your blood over time without you knowing it. This buildup that you can't see can mess with the electrical circuitry in your heart. Your heart needs a fairly exact amount of potassium to keep its rhythm constant. If you get too much potassium, your heart may beat too fast, too slowly, or skip beats, which can be deadly. These irregular heartbeats can make blood clots more likely to form, which we talked about before as a possible cause of stroke. Because of this, it's very important for seniors to keep an eye on their potassium consumption and know how medications and kidney health can alter this delicate balance. You may enjoy the health advantages of bananas while preserving your heart if you know how to control your potassium consumption, especially if you're older or have health problems. How can you tell if your potassium level is too high? It's especially crucial for older people to know if their potassium levels are too high because the indicators can be hard to see. It's not always simple to see the first signs of elevated potassium. That's because they seem like normal, ordinary difficulties. You can feel dizzy or lightheaded, like you're going to pass out. You might notice that your muscles are weak in a strange way, or that you are exhausted for no apparent cause. Doctors call it palpitations when your heart races, skips beats, or flutters. You could think, I'm just tired, or maybe I'm dehydrated, or it's just stress. But these symptoms aren't simply random aches or exhaustion. They could be indicators that your potassium levels are getting too high and affecting your heart's electrical system. High potassium changes the way your heart beats, which can cause hazardous irregular rhythms that can soon become life-threatening. That's why you shouldn't ignore or brush aside these symptoms. These symptoms could suggest that your potassium levels are out of whack, which could put your heart rhythm at risk even if you feel good most of the time. You should call your doctor right away if you feel dizzy, weak, tired, or if your heart races or skips beats. Your doctor can check your potassium level and see how well your heart and kidneys are operating with a simple blood test. If you catch high potassium levels early, there are effective therapies and lifestyle modifications that can help bring them back down to a safe level. This could stop major problems like stroke or cardiac arrest from happening. Keep in mind that finding elevated potassium levels early can save your life, So listen to your body, act swiftly, and work with your doctor to stay safe. Joan's story. Why it matters. Joan, who is 68 years old, thought she was doing everything properly for her heart. Joan, like many older people, liked to do simple, wholesome things. She always ate bananas as a snack. She thought that eating 2 every day would be good for her heart and wellness in general. Bananas are well known for their potassium, which helped keep blood pressure in check and muscles performing well. Joan was also taking medicine to lower her high blood pressure. But she didn't know that her love of bananas and the medicine she was taking might be affecting her potassium levels and her heart. Joan woke up one morning feeling disoriented. Her heart was beating quicker than normal. She felt weak and shaky. At first, she believed she could just be weary or thirsty. Joan realized something was wrong when the dizziness didn't go away and her heart kept hammering. She made the choice to go to the doctor. Joan got some shocking news after a routine blood test. Her potassium levels were alarmingly high. This illness, known as hyperkalemia, was silently changing the rhythm of her heart, which put her at risk for significant heart problems and even a stroke. Joan's doctor said that her kidneys, which filter potassium out of the blood, weren't operating as well as they used to. Potassium had built up in her body because of her blood pressure medicine and the fact that she ate a banana every day. With this new information, Joan worked closely with her healthcare team. She changed her diet to cut down on high potassium items like bananas, but only in little amounts. She feels empowered because she knows how her body works and how to keep her heart healthy. Joan's tale teaches us something very important. Everyone's health is different. As we get older, what works for one individual may not work for another. Being aware of your personal health needs, how foods and drugs interact, and maintaining in regular communication with your doctor can make all the difference between feeling weak and feeling strong. Talk to your doctor about what's best for you if Joan's tale seems familiar, or if you're in charge of your medications and food. How much potassium do you need? Do you want to know how much potassium you should eat? Most healthy adults need between 2,500 and 3,000 milligrams of potassium every day. This quantity helps your heart, muscles, and nerves perform properly. But for seniors, especially those with kidney disease or who take blood pressure meds or blood thinners, the recommended amount of potassium is often lower, since their systems may have a harder time keeping potassium levels stable. And the bananas aren't the only food that has potassium. You probably eat a lot of foods that have it in them, like potatoes, spinach, oranges, tomatoes, dairy products, and more. Putting all of these potassium sources together can pile up quickly, sometimes faster than you think. That's why it's so important to know how much potassium you eat every day to keep your heart healthy. Keeping track of how much potassium you eat. Keeping a food diary is a fantastic method to keep track of how much potassium you eat. Write down everything you eat and drink for a few days, especially items that are high in potassium. This allows you and your doctor to see exactly what you eat. Your doctor or dietitian can give you advice that is just right for you when you bring this diary to them. They can help inform you on foods to include in the diary or avoid diets purely designed for you. This makes it easier to change your diet and helps you avoid getting too much potassium without giving up the items you love. How to cook to lower potassium. Boiling some vegetables, such potatoes, spinach, or carrots, and then dumping away the water can lower their potassium level by up to half. This is a useful cooking tip. This easy trick can help you keep track of how much potassium you eat every day. You may eat a lot of different foods and keep your potassium levels in a safe range and protect your heart with these easy tweaks. Water and kidney health. One of the easiest and best ways to assist your kidneys get rid of extra potassium is to drink enough water. Keeping your kidneys healthy by drinking enough water helps keep your potassium levels in check. But if you have renal problems, your doctor may tell you to drink less water to prevent placing further stress on your kidneys. Always listen to what your doctor says about staying hydrated. Drinking the optimum amount of water for your body keeps your heart healthy and helps your kidneys perform properly. Fruits with low potassium levels. Don't panic if you need to cut back on potassium. You don't have to stop eating tasty, healthy fruits. A lot of fruits naturally have low levels of potassium, so they are fantastic choices for keeping your meals interesting and good for your heart. Some fruits that are good for your potassium levels are apples, berries, grapes, and pears. Adding these fruits to your diet lets you get a lot of different nutrients and flavors while keeping your potassium levels in check. Why it's important to get regular checkups. Sometimes we don't even realize it. But as we get older, our health needs can change. Regular blood tests and checks on how well your kidneys are working are very important for finding potassium abnormalities early, before they go bad. Your doctor can keep an eye on how effectively your kidneys are operating and change your care as needed during these checkups. These visits are very important for your health and can help you avoid problems that come up out of nowhere. Your protocols may include previous padding, priming, or the Goldilocks Principle for potassium balance. Potassium is like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It has to be just right, not too much or too little. That exact balance is important for maintaining your heart beating steadily and minimizing your chance of getting blood clots that could kill you. If you don't get enough potassium, you may feel weak and have cramps. If you get too much, your heart rhythm may change. It is important to find the right balance between nutrition and medical care in order to stay healthy and powerful. Recognizing and reacting to symptoms. A lot of the time, your body tells you when something is wrong. Feeling dizzy, weak muscles, or having your heart race or skip beats are all critical warning signs. Don't delay to get medical care if you detect any of these signs. Early treatment can stop serious problems like heart trouble or stroke. One of the best things you can do for your health is to pay attention to your body and respond swiftly. Summary and last words of advice. Bananas are a healthful meal that is high in potassium, but for certain older people, they can boost potassium levels to dangerous levels. It's important to be moderate. The best ways to be safe are to keep track of what you eat, use cooking methods that lower potassium, and follow your doctor's advice. Always remember to consult your doctor before changing your diet or medications. You can discover the appropriate balance together to help your heart and your health as a whole. Please share this video with family or friends who might find it helpful if it helped you. For more easy health suggestions for seniors, like and subscribe. Leave your questions or stories here. Your experience can help other people feel supported and informed. Thanks for being with me. Here's to many more mornings that are healthy and safe. Please share this video with your family, friends, or anybody else you know who could use some information regarding potassium and heart health, if you found it helpful. One video can sometimes make a tremendous difference by keeping someone safe and informed. Please take a time to like this video. Your likes and subscriptions help us make more easy-to-understand, reliable health tips just for elders like you. Also, if you subscribe, you won't miss any future videos that are made to keep you up to date and feeling great every day. I also like to invite you to join the discussion below. Please post your questions, comments, or stories about your own life. Have you had trouble keeping your potassium levels in check? Or maybe you have some good advice that worked for you? Your stories can help and comfort other people who are going through the same things you are, making a community where we help one another. Keep in mind that health is a journey, and you're never alone. We can learn, grow, and stay strong together. Thanks a lot for taking the time to be with me today. I hope you have many more mornings that are healthy, pleasant, and safe. Your health is very important.